Scott, why are you not playing your Switch? It has been 4 days since you've been online. I check every day. I look at my friends list every day, and I monitor your play activity. And you haven't been on for 4 days.
That's actually not accurate. Let me explain.
So are you saying Nintendo's not accurate?
So let me explain what's been going on. Actually, no, actually this is good because we could totally like talk about this for the audience. Is I have 2 Nintendo accounts now, because the first Nintendo account that I created with my main email address is not like working at all. So like anything that I download, and all I've been trying to do is like play some demos. Like I tried after I got my Switch back from repair, I was trying to play like the Snipperclips demo. And then I did.
There's a demo? I've been wanting to try that game.
Yeah, and then oh yeah, totally. You can download a demo of Snipperclips.
How do you
and
even
then,
access the demos to these games?
You just go to the eShop, and then right next to the purchase button, there's a demo button to like download the demo.
Got it.
But
I
anyway,
haven't tried that yet.
So like I eventually ended up playing the Puyo Puyo Tetris demo, but like I had to go through a lot in order to make that happen. And the reason is that like it was telling me like there's an error saying that that like there's some other like console that's active. And so what probably happened is I got the eShop set up on my original Switch that I got like on launch day, and then I attached the account to that console. Then I had that problem where I couldn't play physical game cartridges, and I had to send it into Nintendo to get repaired. They probably never deactivated that console from my account, and they sent me a brand new, like the actual tablet portion, so you know the actual console itself. They sent me a brand new one because like I guess it was just like essentially like bricked for physical game cartridges. And so like when they sent that back to me, now like that one is saying that my account is activated on that console, but it's actually technically activated on 2. One of them, however, is like in a warehouse somewhere, and it's never going to come back to me, and so I can never get onto it to deactivate that one. And as a result, like it's not going to let me play any digital content attached to that account on this new console. So I had to make a brand new account in order to even play the Puyo Puyo demo. But by the way, that is a better game than it even should be. I don't know if it's worth $30, but I've had a lot of fun playing the demo. So
it's pretty sweet.
I have been playing the demo a little bit. I played the demo for like half an hour, but aside from that, yeah, you're basically right. Like for like the past like 4 days or whatever, I've basically played nothing.
And that voice that you just heard was indie developer Scott Lee, who is 1/3 of the lineup of the Digicast that we normally have on here. I am your host, Jacob Palmer. I guess it's better late than never to do these intros. And also with me is Nathaniel Bandy.
And they
another YouTuber.
Are the other 2/3.
Oh, yes, we are.
What?
Or the other 2/3.
Yeah.
Scott's 1/3, you're 1/3, and I'm 1/3. That
That's
makes
right.
3 threes.
100%. Indeed.
I'm a little tired right now. I think I need some Mario's math to help me.
To drink some Dr.
Right
Pep. Get some sugar in your veins. Get that
I'm working on it.
rocking.
I'm working on it, man. I'm trying to clog my heart. I have Dr. Pepper here to help.
Good.
You need Dr. Pepper and you need Domino's.
Oh, Papa John's.
Oh, yes.
In the house. Let's go.
This is going to be a weird one. I just have a feeling.
So, Jacob, after like weeks, you have finally bought a Switch.
I bought a Switch.
But you were claiming before, I think, if I remember correctly, that you were going to wait probably until the holiday for Mario Odyssey or something, right? Isn't that what you were saying at one point?
That's what you said.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You definitely said that. You did.
I've been on the Switch bandwagon from day one. I actually shot that reboxing about 3 months ago, guys, when it first came out. I had a beta version, and that was the beta.
You had a Switch 3 months ago? How did you get one so early? In January, dude. I'm impressed.
3 months ago.
Wow, you must have been like on the you must have been on like the research floor with Nintendo's engineers as they were quality testing like the first Switches that came off the manufacturing process.
Yeah, I was just sitting there with like a lemon in one hand and a duck in the other, and I was like, "Work, my friends, work."
Wow.
Yes,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was supposed to be funnier than it was, but it really wasn't that great of a joke. That kind of just fell apart a little bit.
And burning and crashing and burning right there.
Yeah, forgive me. I really didn't sleep a lot last night because I picked up Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Did you ever own Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U?
Yeah,
you did. Yeah, you did. I forgot. I totally forgot. We played DLC together. Oh my god.
We played it together, and all these memories that I cherish, I'm finding out that you don't cherish, apparently.
Nathaniel hit 100K subs and forgot he ever knew you, Jacob.
Yeah, basically. Just became a selfish, cynical asshole at 100K subs.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh man, I am.
Wake up.
Dude,
wake up, Jacob.
I have something that's gonna wake you up, Jacob.
I'm trying.
Jacob,
what are you just gonna prance around your apartment nude again or something?
Oh yeah, nude Nathaniel.
No,
again, like I am implying he's done it before. What the fuck?
He has done it before. He's done it on the show before.
Oh god, yeah. And you were talking to us the other night, and you had no pants on, and you were just walking around in a shirt.
Yeah. And every podcast. Like,
That's a
he
problem.
always basically, like, says that he wants a certain number of likes, but I've noticed that every time he asks for, like, fewer and fewer likes. I think, like, 3 shows ago or 2 shows ago, something like that, he was like, if I get 6 likes, I'm going to go naked. And now, like, he's just going to go naked, like, regardless of likes.
Yeah, now he's down to, like, if you even take a look at the Indie Jacob YouTube channel, these pants coming off.
Okay, yeah. I have a new challenge for all of you. Give me 4 likes, okay? 4 likes,
See?
and I
Goes
will.
From 6 down to
here's
4.
what's gonna happen. Just 4 likes, and I will do absolutely nothing.
That goal is
nothing
pants. That goal is pants compared to your 6 like goal that we hit the other day.
I know.
That is called a pun.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, what we were saying the other day is that he was wearing like a top only and like no bottoms, which like you should never do. You should
I'm
never
gonna do it again right now.
Like, that is so awkward.
Well, that's almost just uncomfortable to me because I would be wondering the whole time, like, why is my upper body just so toasty right now and my lower body is shriveled and freezing?
It's just so awkward. I can't even imagine.
Well, yeah, and that's unsanitary.
Feels so good.
Like that's entirely unsanitary. You're just letting your junk flop about all over your couch probably in your gaming chair.
You know what? I bet he does like live streams like that where he's
like
just wearing a t-shirt.
No, I don't.
And like nothing down below.
I bet he just tries to see how uncomfortable he can make Carl feel during the streams too. Carl is forced to look at the chat comments because he doesn't want to get a dick slip.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay,
you know there was like that line, and then like you just like you flew past it, Jacob. You just flew past the line.
And this is where I would put my sunglasses on. I would put my Pac-Man blanket on my back as a cape, and then I would just be jumping around in the air as my Indie Jacob team starts playing.
I thought
because that's what happens here.
I thought I was going really far, and then I don't need. You know what?
You brought in Carl, and then it just got weird.
There's a certain cliff that you cross, but I'm the guy who just walks off the cliff and falls, and somehow falls in a lake every time, and I'm okay, so I can come back next week and do it again.
Yeah, that's your role.
This
sums it up.
Is the Digicast episode. What are we on now?
2,389.
We are on episode 20. No, wait, 30. Episode 30.
Season 4.
Woo! That is a 3 and a 0 put together. That is how far we have come.
It's all downhill from here.
Damn.
Yeah, because we weren't on that big of a hill to begin with, but okay. All right, so we are going to talk about stuff this week eventually. I have a feeling we are, but
yeah,
it's having fun talking about this for now.
I was trying to ask you about the Switch, Jacob, because like it in my opinion, it's kind of a big deal that you were playing it for the first time. Just, I mean, you know, lots of other people have been playing it. Oh, and we got to talk about sales too, which I'm sure we'll get to. But I wanted to hear like what your experience was, considering that your first game basically is Isaac and of course Mario Kart 8. But I
so
think you were playing Mario Kart when you got onto the Discord channel and were like, I love this console. And it's, I think it was Mario Kart that actually made you say that. So tell us about that.
It's so good. It's just such a cool console. I mean, there's just no other way to say it. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time, I sat the first night. I am stuttering so much. Oh God, I had to gather myself here. I need Dr. Pepper. All right, we're good. Okay, the first night I got the Switch, I probably sat for, I would say at least 5 to 10 minutes of just straight like undocking and redocking, and undocking again and redocking again, because it was, I honestly felt like a child who just received like their very first video game console, because it was just so neat to see this concept come to fruition, because it's something I have actually wanted for so long, but I didn't realize how badly I actually wanted it until I got it. I mean, and you guys were not kidding, and all the people out there who've had the Switch and have told me, like, Jacob, you got to get this thing, because the second you get it in your hand, it'll click.
It makes sense.
It'll meld, and your mind will just be blown. And now, and I can't even form a sentence right now. I'm so excited. This console is just, I mean, the only way I can describe it is just, it's cool. It is the coolest console I've ever felt in my hand, and it doesn't feel like a Nintendo system. And that has me so excited, because the build quality of it is as good as like Nintendo systems always are, but it's so sexy and sleek and modern looking, and it doesn't look like a toy, and everything about it is just so smartly designed. Like, I've watched so many teardown videos of the thing, and I've seen how like the heat pipe is placed in there. I've seen the screen placement and the architecture of like the memory card. Just everything is so well designed. And I don't know what people are talking about with the kickstand. I think the kickstand feels fine, and I've used it in tabletop mode so many times. I mean, the first time I popped a Joy-Con off and gave it to Elise to play Mario Kart with me, it was just like, holy shit. Oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is the coolest console ever.
It is like really straight out of the commercial whenever you like take a Joy-Con and just hand it to somebody.
I felt like I was in a Nintendo Switch commercial.
Yeah.
I did. Especially like I was at work today and I couldn't stop playing Mario Kart, and people were coming in and I was getting annoyed because I was like, I just want to play Mario Kart, leave me alone.
You mean you already took the Switch to work?
I took it to work, and I don't care.
That's a mistake.
I've taken it to work. I've taken it to the toilet. I've taken it to bed. Oh my God!
I knew you had taken it to the toilet. I knew it.
All these places. I have video games now,
Jacob,
and it's comfortable.
We were saying before we started recording, before you got onto the voice channel, Nathaniel and I, like that we knew that you had already taken it to the toilet. Like we knew that was a thing.
And it was so fitting because I played The Binding of Isaac as I was shitting, and I was blowing shit up, literal shit up with my tears.
That's so meta. I love it.
It is so meta. Oh my God, this console is so cool. I haven't been this excited about anything Nintendo related in so long, and it feels so great. I mean, I can't wait to buy so many games for the Switch. Like I told myself so many times, I was like, I'm not buying Mario Kart at full price. I'm not going to buy Mario Kart at full price. And the second I got the Switch and started playing Isaac on it, and I went back and forth from the TV, and I was playing in like tabletop mode with the Joy-Cons, I was sharing the joy all over my couch, and I didn't have to just have my hands like dangled down near my waist as I like play with a traditional controller. I could just let them flop to the side.
That just got so graphic so quickly. I don't even know what you're talking about now.
I don't care. Oh my God, this console is so freaking cool.
It's the future. I really think that Sony and Microsoft are going to do the same thing in like 5 years.
Can we just stop recording until I can go play it?
Like the PS5, it's going to be a freaking tablet. Xbox 1.0, it's going to be a tablet too. Whatever the hell they call it.
The Xbox 10.
The Xbox 1.0 or the X10. Let's go.
Or if they call it the new Microsoft Xbox XL tab.
The Xbox 720.
That's what they should have called the Xbox One.
No, they should have called it something else.
Microsoft doesn't like making sense with the Xbox though. So
whoa, hold on out there. Let's not bash Microsoft too much, because we may have certain fans They get a little upset.
Yeah,
when
we
do
don't
that.
we don't need to go off on an Xbox tangent. I don't want to do that. But I am so glad that you have actually gotten this into your hands now, because and I'm so glad that like you like I was basically gonna say that, and you said it for me. The fact that, yeah, like we have been telling you, once you actually hold this and actually experience it, it's a totally different deal than just watching videos about it and sort of like just like hearing about it or reading about it. It's so interesting because and like with the Wii U, like I feel like when you watch videos of the Wii U, and for some reason, you know, it's like you think about the Switch and the Wii U, they have similarities, but I feel like when you watch videos of the Wii U, it's not the same thing. Like you kind of like watch it and you're like, ah, yeah, I know how that is. And then you get it into your hands and you're like, yep, this is pretty much what I expected. But that was not the case with the Switch. For some reason with the Switch, there's this other thing that actually like clicks in your mind because of this additional practicality that it has now. And the fact that you've already taken it to work is like kind of baffling to me, because I was scared to take it to work. I've taken it to work like one time so
Dude,
far.
I take it to work every single day. I don't know about
well, okay, Nathaniel.
That's my nice joke. Sorry, keep
Haha.
going.
Nathaniel's a full-time YouTuber.
Anyway.
No, okay, really. I've woken up a little bit since I had my first like babble about the Switch. This console is really, really neat, and Nintendo has just gravy on their hands. I mean, this thing is going to sell
Gravy on
a
their
lot
hands.
Like,
if they do.
Literally
well.
all the Switch needs is games now. It just needs some good games, and this could be one of Nintendo's best consoles of all time, honestly.
Absolutely.
Everyone I've showed it to is just flipping out because I think it's like the coolest thing ever.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
one of my coworkers came in while I was playing Mario Kart today, and he was just getting coffee because for some reason he comes in on his days off and gets coffee, and I think it's hilarious. But anyway, he came in there and he was looking at it and he's like, dude, is that the Switch? And this guy only cares about Xbox and barely ever plays games. And he was like, dude, is that the Switch? I've seen so many commercials of that. And he's like, oh my God, I can't wait to play that with you, like, while I'm here. Again, I showed him, and you guys are going to laugh, I showed him NBA Playgrounds, and I was like, yeah, guess what we're playing May 9th when this shit comes out. Yeah, because I'm going to bring it in. And he wants one. And this guy really doesn't care about Nintendo that much. He hasn't owned a console from Nintendo since the 64. I mean, that is mind-blowing to me.
That's
that
cool.
this thing is so neat, but the second people see it and get to like feel it and experience it, they want it. And I've showed it to my father-in-law, and he thinks it is just like the coolest thing ever. It's just it's the detachable controllers, and it's the fact that it is literally a portable console. It is a literal portable console that you can take anywhere with you. You can play like all these AAA first party and third party games on it. It is incredible. It is so cool. And I never ever thought that I would feel this highly of the Switch. I mean, I've always been interested in it, and I've always wanted one since its inception. And they first talked about the NX, and I've always thought it'd be cool to have a hybrid console. But like, it hits and it makes sense now, and I just want so many games for it. And I'm gonna be mad whenever I get things for my PS4 and I can't just undock it and play it anywhere.
And I want to mention too that like the estimates for sales for this originally, what I think it was 2.4 million for the first I guess the first couple months. That's kind of like what the analysts and stuff were saying. But then Nintendo just had their actual like investor their investor call or whatever to talk about their actual earnings, and the real number is 2.74 million in the first month, or actually, from March 3rd to the end of March. So not even a full 30 days. It was 2.74 million. And this even stranger thing that I've heard is actually true is that Zelda for the Switch, not Zelda and Wii U, but just for the Switch, has actually sold more units than they've been able to sell of the console itself. So there are people who went and bought Zelda, the Switch version, just so that they could have it when the Switch becomes available and comes back into stock. So there's
That's
probably
insane.
people out there who went and they're buying games. They did the same thing that you basically did, Jacob. Like, they're buying accessories and they're buying games, and they're ready when this thing comes back into stores. They're ready to go pick it up.
Yeah, and it
That
is
a very high attach rate. Like over
Yeah.
100%. Holy crap. Well, I wouldn't say that, but it's still like a lot of
I
people.
remember
are buying Zelda
Mario
for
Kart
Switch.
8 for the Wii U. Didn't Mario Kart 8 have like a 50% attach rate? And
Yeah,
that's unheard
pretty
of.
high.
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
high.
that's unheard of with a console. I mean, I can't think of the last time that happened aside from Wii Sports and Mario Kart Wii and GoldenEye for the 64. I mean, so few games have over a 25% attach rate. That is almost unheard of.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that this is I know it's still a bit early to say, but my personal like gut feeling with this whole thing is that this really could be like their best selling console of all time. It's really early to make that call.
If
but
treated well.
yeah, if treated well, if they do what they need to do with releases, and of course we still have to see E3, and they still have to come forward and really deliver a strong presence there. But I'm expecting this to be really ridiculously amazing, just like it has been these first couple months.
Yeah, because while Nintendo has just, in my opinion, just pure gold on their hands, what they need is a virtual console. They need proper online party making, in my opinion. Like there are these things that they've done a little bit of, and the competition's done some of, that if they put on here, I mean, just hands down, this would be easily probably my favorite console of all time. I am willing to say that this thing is so much cooler, in my opinion, than any other Nintendo system before it.
Yeah,
like
I think it is my
permitting the
favorite
time
console.
period.
I think
Yeah,
it's my favorite
it's
console at this
amazing.
point.
It is honestly just an amazing piece of technology. Yeah, it's not the most powerful system on the market, but like I've never cared about that. I care about just pushing the envelope when it comes to technology and video games. And this is something that Nintendo is obviously taking a step back and like, yeah, we're not gonna get in this dick measuring contest and just see who can pump out the best graphics, because there is going to be a point where that has to stop and you have to start revolutionizing again.
Well, I think we're already there. I mean,
To a point, yeah, and that's
yeah, to a
probably
point.
why the PS5 and the Scorpio probably aren't going to come out. Well, the Scorpio is, but like that's why Sony really should think when they want to release the next PlayStation, because I mean, unless you're doing something entirely new and different, there's really not much more you can do. You can take everything that's on the PS3 and the PS4 and make it better, but
yeah.
you're still just making it better. You're not
Well,
changing the scope of things.
PlayStation's doing fine. We had numbers come out, I think, this past week.
PS4
as
has
well.
like 60 million units sold.
Yeah.
Oh,
60
yeah,
million
they're
total
doing
now. Yeah,
great.
so PlayStation's doing fine. Yeah, Sony, for at least for right now, they have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, and before the Switch, I mean, the PS4 was like my go-to current generation system. I love my Wii U, don't get me wrong, but like
Yeah.
when I think of modern gaming, that's what I've been thinking of for the past few months, because I've played it a ton. I love all the games I have for it. I love all the features that it gives. But I mean, the Switch, man, this thing is so unique and just different and cool and fresh and new. And I just really hope Nintendo brings out just even simple things like a virtual console, brings out video streaming like YouTube and Netflix, and just an internet browser. Just all these things that would just beef it up and make it even better and make it a more personal experience, because you can take it with you. And well, I just imagine what would have happened if they built like LTE into these too. Like if they did what the Vita did, with you could actually have data tied to it. I think that would be really cool.
I think they'll do that, but it's going to be a revised version of the Switch, and it's not going to come out until more Switches have been sold. Like maybe when there's a bunch of Switches sold, then they'll come out with a newer version saying, hey, if you want to get this, if you don't like your old console, it's a bit slimmer, plus there's LTE, and it's got faster processor.
New Nintendo Switch
I
XL.
could- Basically,
They
Nintendo
could
Switch XL.
probably do they could probably do an LTE accessory of some kind just for this existing console.
Well, I mean, if you could just hotspot
Yeah.
from your phone at that point too, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That does
I mean,
work,
that feature is
actually.
there, and honestly, they're probably just like, yeah, most people can just hotspot if they really care about it that much. But it still would be nice just to have it fully incorporated in there.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I
like
saw a
bandwidth
video
wise,
of
it's
some-
much better if it's native.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Nathaniel?
I was just gonna say I saw a video of someone tethering their phone playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and there was zero lag.
That's
it was
amazing.
like nothing. It was really
That's
cool.
awesome.
I actually
was cool.
I tested that while I was at work today because I was like, oh god, I wonder how this is gonna work out, and it was nice.
It works.
That's
No
awesome.
complaints.
Pretty
at
sick.
all. And that's
is
something
awesome.
Nintendo has always been so good about with Mario Kart specifically. Is even on my old shit like 4 meg to 5 meg internet, I could still play Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart
Yeah.
8 online with like there was some lag, and I feel like it affected like my opponents more than me itself. But like it was still there. It was that well optimized that I could at least do that. I have such a Nintendo boner this episode. This thing is just raging. God. I haven't been this excited about anything Nintendo related in just so long.
This is why I was trying to tell you that like you really should have just gotten this thing at launch.
This
Because
is
you're not
No,
disappointed.
I would have gotten
You-
$20.
that too.
and I'm so mad. I'm so mad at myself. I could have had a month of Zelda on this.
You could have. Yeah.
A month of Zelda.
I'm glad you're saying that too, because you were very content with Zelda on the Wii U.
I am a stubborn asshole, but I will admit when I am wrong, and I was so wrong about this thing.
Well,
Just
it's
wrong.
It's really good that you're happy with it and not the opposite, though. I mean,
I am just so glad you're not just gloating and just blowing it all in my face right now, because you have more than enough bragging rights to do that. Really, what I was waiting for is I was waiting for Fire Emblem Warriors to come out. Like I was always planning on getting one for that,
Yeah.
but then I just caved and got one, and man, I am so glad I did.
Yeah. And we have Street Fighter coming next. Well, we're recording this on April 30th, but we have Street Fighter 2 coming middle of May, and that's exciting. I'm so hyped for that. I'm ready for that. I'm probably, you know what? I think I'm gonna get that day of. I have not gotten Mario Kart yet. I think I'm definitely gonna have to get Street Fighter on launch, though.
We are playing Street Fighter 2 online.
Let's do it. I'm down. I'm so ready.
Dude, is there Tetris online? The Puyo Puyo Tetris?
I think so. I haven't looked. I'm not sure.
If there
I really want that game.
We need to play it. I got it for $30. It's just a spontaneous buy. It's really, really solid actually. Like I only got it for Tetris, so I just played Tetris for like an hour. It was so awesome.
I do really, really want it, but I can't justify spending the money on it right now. And the way I am, I'd get a physical copy of it, so I'd actually spend $40. So
you should definitely download the demo for it though, Jacob. Because like, especially now that I've played the demo, I was not expecting to enjoy it as much as I have, but just playing the demo, like, I'm kind of surprised by how good that game is. It's way more fun than it's supposed to be.
The engine is
not
really
supposed to be that good.
Like sometimes Tetris engines are just kind of crappy and
this.
laggy, but no, this engine, like the best way to play Tetris is on the PC, on the PS3, and now the Switch. Like those are the best 3 ways to play Tetris.
That's
I
awesome.
freaking love that game. So now
guys,
I got it on
think of the stream that we're gonna have whenever Monopoly drops.
Oh man.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Let's go.
You guys are gonna
Monopoly.
love the music in that game, by the way, because that is an awesome Monopoly game. I do like that one a lot, and the music is great. And I'll be able to hum it on the podcast now, and you'll know what I'm referencing. God, I love this console.
But let me
I love
ask
it. I'm
you this.
so happy I like this console so much.
Let me ask you this: do you like the new Nintendo 2DS XL?
Oh yeah.
No.
What do you think of that?
Yeah,
that
that
was a good
happened.
transition. We need to get off this really bad.
No, we've been
We're not
on it for
gonna talk
20
about
minutes.
anything.
We've been on it for over 20 minutes.
That's
30
true,
minutes
that's
now.
true. Yeah, let's talk about the 2DS.
Yeah, let's fly through some topics real quick. So the new Nintendo 2DS XL just randomly out of nowhere got dropped this week, and it's, I mean, oh god, like this is, I think it's the ugliest DS I've seen ever. A lot of people seem to like it though. I think the outside of it looks really sleek and modern, but the second you open it, I kind of have to hold back a barf personally, but a lot of people like it, and that's okay. It's just random.
It's so
Might be-
random, right? It's so
it feels weird. Like
I didn't believe it was real at first. I really didn't.
Neither did I. No, I didn't believe it was real until I watched like 5 seconds. I'm like, oh wait, this is actually real.
Yeah, it looks like a fan render. I honestly thought it was fake when I first saw it too. I'm not kidding. I didn't see the trailer first. I saw you guys. I saw the Discord chat, and you said something about a new Nintendo 2DS XL, and I thought you were joking. I Googled it, and I saw this official render, and I swear to God, I thought this was something just from DeviantArt that someone.
I mean, like it's from Nintendo's Twitter account that Nathaniel posted in the Discord channel, and I was just like, wait, no, that can't actually be Nintendo's account. This has to be a joke, because like you just assume it, like, because this is literally something that people have joked about, is the idea that Nintendo would do something like this. Yeah. Like we joke about the dumb like long names of the handhelds of the DS family all the time. Like it's so commonplace that's why I didn't think it was real. And then I was like, oh, wait, they what?
Yeah, Nintendo is like Square Enix when it comes to naming their hardware.
There is the 3DS, the 3DS XL, the 2DS, the new Nintendo 3DS, the new 3DS XL, and now the new 2DS XL. And I guess we should probably talk about the features a little bit. Basically, if you've ever played a new 3DS, it's the same thing, except there's no 3D. That's all it is.
Yep.
There's nothing else. It's no 3D.
So I like the...
I mean, I guess...
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, it's fine. I was just going to finish off by saying the only person that I could see wanting this thing is if they, for some reason, don't have a 3DS yet, or if they have the very first 3DS and still have not upgraded. This is for you, because it's only $150, which is actually a great price, I have to say. But otherwise, I don't see the point in buying one. Like I'm not going to get one unless I decide to do an unboxing, but I'm probably not going to do that.
Yeah, and then you have me, who I've owned the 3DS, the 3DS XL, the 2DS, and the new 3DS.
Yeah, like
I have owned all of them.
There's no desire for you to get one.
Yeah. Yeah, really the only reason I've owned them is because I've always gotten really good trade-in value, and I've always just basically been able to just swap them out. Yeah. So it's maybe cost me $10 to $20 each time I've done it. And I feel like I just heard a disconnect.
Yeah, Scott dropped
out. Is everyone still there?
Scott dropped out. It's okay. There he is.
Hey, Scott's back.
I mean, I think what's going on is Nintendo knows. Well,
anyway, let's just keep talking.
Anyway, we'll just keep going. So I think the problem is well, not the problem. I think all Nintendo's doing is I think what Nintendo is doing. You keep cutting me off. Oh my god. Jesus. I'm just trying to say that I think Nintendo is trying to milk the 3DS while they can, because they know the Switch is going to take over the 3DS, so they're just milking it for the rest of this year, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I honestly don't blame them. Like, it's obviously, they can produce these on the cheap. You know, all the parts are going to be just incredibly inexpensive for them to make these. So they're probably making a good amount of money on him. And honestly, they're charging so little for these. I mean, the original 2DS with, I think, Mario Kart 7 is like $80. I mean, that is a steal. That is an absolute steal, especially for kids. And I had the 2DS. I loved it. I was maybe one of the only people who liked the cheese wedge factor of it. I thought it was nice looking. When I first saw it, I again wanted to puke a little bit. But when I actually held it, it was really comfortable and oddly satisfying. But that's neither here nor there. And eventually, I really only got the new 3DS because I traded in a bunch of stuff, and I wanted to play Xenoblade Chronicles on the go, which was a good time, and Hyrule Warriors on the go. And now, all I want them to do is port those to the Switch so I can just have high-definition versions of them.
What's interesting, though, is that the camera is actually inside the hinge of the console. Like, I don't know if you noticed that or not. Like,
it's
the
strange.
whole top is just the screen. I actually think the top of the 3DS looks pretty nice, but the hinge being in the console...
Aren't the
speakers... I don't know how I feel about that.
Aren't the speakers... where are they at?
They're, like, at the very bottom of the console.
Oh my god, are these two slots... Those are the speakers?
Yes. Those two little slots at the very bottom, those are the speakers.
Oh my god. No.
Yeah, no. I don't know, man.
Like, your hands are going to be covering them.
Yeah. You know, like, you know what this console reminds me of, though? It reminds me of when Nintendo released the Game Boy Micro. Like,
At least the Micro was cute.
it was cute. It had charm too, but also no one cared about the Game Boy Micro at the time because I believe the GameCube had, well, I forgot what console it was. No, the DS had already been out for like 6 months or a year.
Yeah.
So nobody cared about the Game Boy Micro. But, you know, it was so tiny and adorable. So there's something to love about it. But this, I don't know.
Yeah, I was wanting a Game Boy
difference-
Micro.
The difference, though, is that if they were to release the Game Boy Micro now, if the NES Classic is any indicator, that would probably sell way better than the 2DS XL.
Yeah, exactly.
They should make a Game Boy Micro Mini.
Yeah, they should.
It's just
Oh
like the
my
size.
God.
It's like the size of a Cheez-It.
But you know what? Here's the messed up thing, Jacob. I would totally buy that.
Dude, me too.
And I would believe Nintendo would make that.
Probably would.
Your game cartridge is like a micro SD card that has
And then
10 games on it, and it has 256 megabytes or gigabytes of storage, because that's a Nintendo move right there.
And then they would release the Game Boy Micro Mini XL.
It's just the same. That would be great.
And I would buy both of them. I would. 2DS? No way. No way. I'm not buying the 2DS XL.
It's just a Game Boy.
Hey, it's the new 2DS XL.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. The new Nintendo 2DS XL. No way I'm getting that.
Oh man, wow, Scott, you're such a non-Nintendo fan.
Ugh.
How can you even say that to me?
Are you eating ribs? You sounded like you had rib in your mouth.
No, I'm sorry. I was chewing on ice. I realized that probably comes through really loud in the microphone.
Oh, actually, not at all. It sounded like you had ribs in your cheeks.
No, I'm drinking iced tea, and I had some ice. I had some ice that got in my mouth.
Okay.
My brain is moving too quickly right now.
Well, we were supposed to cover a lot more topics, and we have talked about 2, and we're about 37 minutes in, so that's
Let's
great.
keep going.
That's great. So we talked about something classic there for a second, so that's a great segue into the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition Mini XL, whatever the hell it's going to be called, may be becoming a thing. I think Eurogamer was the one that leaked or had the rumor or something. I don't know. Anyway, this may be a thing that comes out, and I couldn't be more depressed about it because I just don't see Nintendo fixing the stock issues of it.
No way.
And everyone knows how much I love the Super Nintendo, and I'm going to want one of these, and I'm never going to buy it, and then I'm going to never going to even see it. So then I'm going to be led to believe that it was all a conspiracy, and Trump's actually not the president, and ISIS isn't a thing either. That's probably all going to happen.
And that you'll reach that conclusion just from the SNES Classic not showing up on store shelves?
Yep. My mind will just spiral into that.
I mean, I don't think the effects are going to be that negative on me. I don't think I would go that far, but yeah, I would actually be a little more interested in getting a SNES Classic than I was with the NES Classic, but not enough to actually try and buy it, knowing the stock issues. After the NES Classic happened, and I was contemplating actually buying one of those controllers.
You wanted the controller more than the thing itself.
I did, yeah. And the window for it passed, and then I'm like, I didn't want it anymore. And then like once I saw how difficult it was just to find the console, I knew that the controller was probably going to be either just as bad or worse maybe. And so I just gave up like really quickly. And like with this, like I'm already giving up knowing what happened with the NES Classic. So
Yeah, I'm only gonna care when there's an N64 Classic. Like if that actually happens, I'm gonna freaking murder someone for that damn console. Like if it's someone taking the last one in the store.
I mean, you guys
pry it out of their hands.
We should give
Nathaniel.
We should give Nathaniel about 2 minutes of just letting him get this all out of his system, because I feel like we haven't let him talk at all this whole podcast.
What?
I mean, I was just talking about when
I feel like we
N64
haven't.
comes
I
out.
feel like we haven't let Nathaniel talk at all this whole podcast.
Oh well, my connection had dropped out through like a lot of your DS discussion, so I didn't even know what either of you guys were saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I have nothing to say. Like aside from just the fact that
I was just trying to throw you a bone there because I feel like so many times me and Scott just go back and forth, and then and then you're kind of there in the background.
Well, look, here's the thing. I don't give a shit about the SNES Classic if it comes out. I only care about the N64 Classic when that comes out next winter. Then I'll care.
I'm a little taken aback and upset now that I gave you that pedestal to say that on.
How dare you give me a pedestal for being on your podcast regularly?
Yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna have to act like the SNES Classic doesn't even exist when it comes out because I'm not gonna go camp for one.
But
I'm
for
not
all
gonna...
intents and purposes, it doesn't.
It might not
only
even
exists...
happen.
Yeah.
I still don't believe that the NES Classic was a thing.
Look, I'm just gonna tell the entire audience what they need to hear about this. Don't buy either of these things because Nintendo doesn't deserve to even receive the $60 or whatever it is they're gonna charge for this. Instead, here's what you do. You get online, you go order a Raspberry Pi, you look up a video on how to build your own NES Classic or SNES Classic, you put it together yourself, and you're done for about 30 or 40 bucks with the controller. So there you go. That's a way to stick it to Nintendo, still get everything you want through emulation, and you can still play all the games you want from that era. Boom, done. Case closed.
That's a lot of effort, man.
Yeah, I'm too lazy for that.
I mean, if I knew how to do it, I would do it, but effort.
Well, okay.
You know, why don't you build me one, Scott? I'll pay you to build me one.
That's fine. You want to pay me like $60?
Yeah.
To build you a Raspberry Pi?
Yes.
Maybe. Let me look up how much it costs first before I accept.
Oh. I mean, think about how
I'm
much
willing to
how
pay
long it's
you.
gonna take you.
I'm willing to pay you 5% less than what you paid for the parts to get one because I want to get one on a sale, please.
Wow, now I know what it feels like to be Nintendo, I guess.
See, I want the NES Classic more for the aesthetic than the actual functionality of it, and that's why I'm just a piece of shit.
I mean, it's a collectible, right? Like, it's a collector's item. It's something really awesome to have either like on your shelf or like around your TV.
It's just cute.
Yeah.
It's cute.
It is.
Yeah. Oh man, how long is this now? Holy shit!
We should probably go to questions right about
40
now.
minutes. Well, what?
Yeah.
I got a couple more things I want to at least mention real quick, if that's okay with you guys.
Sure.
Nathaniel, would you like to say anything first before we go?
No.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Really quick, a franchise that is near and dear to my heart, the Mario and Luigi series. A data miner found in the 3DS eShop files and data for a Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga DX. I'm assuming that's going to be like a mild remaster director's cut of the 3D. Oh my god, what am I saying? Of the first game in this series, and that is my favorite one in the series aside from Bowser's Inside Story. I would love and cherish them forever if they made all of the Mario and Luigi games playable on one system. That would be amazing, and that is something that I feel just, I don't want to say pioneer the RPG genre, but they did a lot of neat things and cool different things back in, I think, 2003 when it first came out. And it was just fun, and it's an awesome rhythmic action RPG game, and if you haven't played it, please check it out. It is so good.
Yeah, like, I've even played it, and I don't play RPG games. Like, I've put probably 15 hours into it. I haven't finished it yet, but it's really fun.
Yeah, it's an awesome game, and I would love to see it remade with modern visuals, or just, even if it just had the same art assets from Dream Team and Paper Jam, I would be totally fine with that. Just to see this game revisited would be amazing. And this was one of Switch. Yeah. This was my back when I got my SP. This was the first game I got with it. I got this for one of my birthdays when I was younger, and this is the first game I got on my Game Boy Advance SP. I owned like a Game Boy Advance and a Game Boy before that, but like this, it still felt new because when you first got the SP, it was like, oh my god, this flips up. Oh, there's a backlight. Whoo! And then I got this game too. And I thought for the longest time Nintendo actually misspelled Saga because for some reason my brain thought it was supposed to be Sega, and because I'd actually never heard the word Saga before, so I was just I was stupid. So
Sega.
Yeah, I thought it literally was supposed to be Superstar Sega for the longest time, for like almost a year.
Hey, you learned a brand new word from a video game. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, it's happened with me before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy actually teaches you quite a few words because there's a lot of bullshit in those games. Yeah, you would think I would. I feel like I had a mildly decent vocabulary at that stage, but I had literally never heard the word Saga before, and I had already played so many massive sprawling RPGs that have way more difficult words than verbiage than Saga.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
I mean, what about like, Star Wars? Like the phrase Star Wars Saga is like a pop culture phrase that's very common, even outside of video games.
I had never heard it.
That's weird.
At that point in time, I had never heard it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I remember like being angry at Nintendo because I literally thought they misspelled a word and put it on the box art of a game.
I don't think they would misspell the title of their game. That
Also,
would be
my brain was
amazing.
determined. My brain was determined and angry that they misspelled a word.
Yeah, I also don't think that's worth getting angry about, but teach their own.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to mention was Koei Tecmo is planning more exclusives for the Switch, which is awesome. I'm not like the biggest fan of the Dynasty Warriors series, but I do like a few of them, and I'm obviously a massive fan of Hyrule Warriors, and I can't wait for Fire Emblem Warriors to come out. So I'm really interested to see what else they bring. And do you guys have anything to say on that? Because if not, I guess it's time to go to questions.
No, honestly, no.
Okay.
What about you, Scott?
Nope.
Okay.
Questions.
Let's go.
When are we gonna start answering something? Like, how long is this gonna go on?
It's the longest break you ever had.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. We are back with that.
You guys have no idea how long that break took.
Yeah, you guys
It was
have
a
no
long
clue.
break. Long break. So
Maybe not for you, but it was for us.
oh yeah, it was a long one. We got some questions here.
Whoa.
We have a few left here, and then this is actually the last time we are going to be taking questions on the Digicast Ask.fm. Everything is going to be moved over to the Indie Jacob one, and anyway.
Yeah.
So from Zingal, he has, did you hot dudes have any problems with Breath of the Wild's music not always playing in the background? As far as I can tell, it's only during battles and towns, and that super sucks in my opinion. This is a topic of discussion that I like listening to because it's interesting to see who is kind of on what side of the fence. I went back and forth. I was bothered quite a few times by it because I needed something in the background just to kind of, I'm not going to say keep my brain active, but just something. Like I like music a lot and I like background music a lot, but then a lot of the other times I wasn't bothered by it because it just felt a lot more natural, and I liked hearing the sounds of the wild and nature, and it didn't bother me as much. But I just kept going back and forth on it. When I got to a town and it played, it was like, oh, well, here's a nice little theme.
Yeah, I think it depended on my mood, really. If I was like really focused on doing something within the game, then I didn't mind at all that there was no music. But if I was starting to, not really pay attention or get tired, then it's usually music that drives me along. But that was when I started to kind of miss it, and it kind of demotivated me from playing. But yeah, so I'm kind of in the same boat as you.
I will say what I wish that they did is the horse riding music. I wish they put that somewhere else, because that didn't feel adventurous and triumphant enough. Because every other time you're on a horse in a Zelda game, it's just it's just really bombastic and interesting, and you feel like you're actually riding a horse and you're gonna knock some people out. It's so much more interesting. And this one is just these kind of like sporadic piano notes, and then you mildly hear Zelda's lullaby playing in the background, and it ties together well, but it just sounded weird. I mean, that sounded something you would hear in a cutscene, or if you were just exploring the world without being on a horse. I mean, compare that to Twilight Princess when you get on a horse and holy shit, it just sounds completely different. So
I thought the whole game was I thought it was a good choice. So like for almost all of it, I thought they did an amazing job with it, and I was actually really happy whenever I was watching like the E3 coverage from last year and seeing that this is how they were going to do it. And there are moments in the game that I guess without spoiling anything, where music like suddenly kicks in, and yeah, it happens in towns and when you're on horses and a few other places, but like there's just there's some moments though, like where when it does kick in, it has such an extra impact to it that like
during the boss battles.
Yeah, and
Especially like the Hinoxes and
oh yeah,
the stone. What are the stone things called? Stone taluses.
Stone
right?
Talus, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and
during that it was awesome.
And the Guardians, like whenever they start targeting you, and you're like, it
Oh
just
my
makes you
God.
like freak out, like because yeah,
it's like a horror game in that aspect.
it is, and like
Oh,
and like I remember like at first whenever I was playing it and I was new to the game, like that made my heart race, like that was intense. So I think that like overall they did an absolutely amazing job. I actually think there are moments though, like you mentioned, with the piano, and I don't know if the piano was the right choice actually. I think some of the piano is kind of like weird. That was the choice they went with. I think that they could have just stuck with more like orchestra, traditional, but I'm not upset about the fact that it's so quiet most of the game.
Yeah, it makes sense artistically and in the whole theme of the world, and I get it. But there were times that annoyed me, but most of the time I was fine with it because it did add to the realism of it and the immersion. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, I think that was the point. They wanted it to be as immersive as possible.
Yeah, so it was this thing I went back and forth on, but overall, I mean, I was fine with it. Like I didn't think it didn't ruin the game, obviously. Just check out my Indie Jacob video on it. Plug. Very Nathan, nice. When did it become possible? Okay, I should reword this. Nathan, when did it become possible / realize you could make YouTube your full-time job?
You see, I've always realized that I could do it. It was just a matter of it being like an actual reality. And it didn't become a reality until actually the Switch came out. Because like basically I've been grinding for YouTube for this to be my full-time job for like the past basically 3 years, I would say. And like my channel was seriously declining in 2016. Like it was just dropping like crazy. And then the Switch came out and then everything just shot up. And then I started to realize what I was doing wrong in terms of what kind of videos I was making. And so I guess I kind of realized that this could be a full-time thing like shortly after the Switch came out. So yeah, I guess that's my answer.
Cool.
Next question.
Cool. Dan Cabbage Lord asks, Yo Daddy, I have been watching your channel since the beginning of The Quack, and I am loving the Digicast. I have been waiting for a large milestone for this question. How many buckets of ice would you drop on yourself to get Diddy Kong Racing 2 on the Switch U?
How about just Diddy Kong Racing 2 in general?
I mean, how many you got? Because I'd do whatever
it takes.
I have 50 buckets. I'll double 50 on you.
I would take them all. I would take them all in the nude Nathaniel style if I got it.
Oh, that's dedication.
That's the line being crossed right there. Like I said.
Well, I can take it a step further if you want, or I can just stop.
But you can stop right there.
We'll talk about that after we've recorded. Okay.
Ooh.
So Dean asks.
Dean.
Got me
do you think?
God damn it.
Do you think Star Wars Battlefront 2 will be just as bad as the first one, or do you think it'd actually be good?
They were talking
think it'd be good.
Yeah, they were talking about no DLC this time around.
Yes, and that has me excited because Battlefront, in my opinion, was a phenomenal game trapped in a season pass.
Yeah,
it was so much fun, and I put so much time into it, playing it with friends, even just single player stuff. I mean, it was a really, really well put together game. It's just such a shame that there was no actual single player campaign. So much of the content was locked behind a paywall, and honestly, what they gave you, it felt like you shouldn't have paid more than $20 for that game. But what was there was absolutely fantastic. So now that they have that base here, I am very, very interested and excited to see what they do. And having it span across all 3 sagas of Star Wars, I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I don't really watch Star Wars, so I have nothing to contribute to this conversation.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll just wait and see. I think I'm with you, Jacob. Like I was not disappointed by the first Battlefront. I thought that the gameplay was fine. The graphics were of course amazing, and but yeah, it was just like you pay like $30 for every few things. Like, so that was kind of the issue. If
The
they
best
can,
part was I got to play as Palpatine. I got to play as the Emperor himself, and I got to shock so many rebels, and I loved it because he would just walk around like this, and he'd be like, "No, no, no." I like Palpatine a lot. He's just a scraggly old man. He would hang over as you just hobbled away into the forest of Endor as you tried to kill all these rebels. God, I love Palpatine so much. Oh. Your journey is almost complete. Come to the dark side. Can love Palpatine.
you do that voice so well, Jacob.
Thank you. I can feel your anger. It gives you focus.
All I can think of is the ninja from AVGN. Remember the Ninja Gaiden episode? You must master in order to... I forget half of his quotes, but now I just want to watch that episode again.
I have no idea what's even happening right now or what we're talking about.
Neither do I.
Strike me down with it, and your journey to the dark side will be complete. No. No. That's not even a good version of it. I do it so much better when I'm not just all on Dr. Pepper and I'm tired and I have to piss really bad.
Well, let's get through the questions then, Jacob.
No.
Stop doing the Emperor voice and let's answer the next questions.
Come on, man. Let's just get to the question.
Do you think Japanese games are on the rise? Games like Persona 5, Breath of the Wild, Nier Automata have made a big splash. In fact, most of the critical hits in 2017 are Japanese. What is the cause of this? A lack of quality in Western devs, or is it something else? Kristen Corona said that, by the way.
Yeah.
That was Christian Corona.
First
which
of all,
what sounds like a beer.
I don't think. Well, yeah, because Corona is a beer. But anyway, I don't think that.
Oh my God, it is.
We have seen. How tired are you? But
I am
tired. We're only just now going into the month of May. Like we're just barely starting to creep up on the halfway mark to 2017.
Only just begun.
We have a lot more to go, and I don't think that. Oh my gosh, Jacob, what is going on with you right now? As soon as the Emperor got into you, it was all just
I don't know.
Anyway, no, but a lack of quality in Western devs, I don't think there's lack of quality there. I think it's all good.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really noticed any change personally. I mean, maybe some people are tired of a lot of Western devs' mentalities when it comes to things. Like a lot of things are franchised, whereas a lot of Japanese games are just really obscure and out there and weird. I don't know. I mean, I guess a lot, maybe it's due to the fact that a lot more people, I guess, are on switch from Microsoft to Sony this generation and are experiencing a lot more Japanese games. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really noticed anything, so I really don't know.
Yeah, I would say let's see what happens in summer and holiday. There's going to be a lot, so just wait. Next question? Or did Nathaniel have anything to say?
I don't have anything to say, honestly.
Okay, next question.
Hello? Jacob.
So Tucker asks, just so you guys know, I already contacted Nintendo and told them that if they don't stock enough SNES classics for Jacob Allbrand to get 3 of them on day 1, then they will have to rethink their entire business. That's not a question, is it?
Did you actually do that? Is my question, Tucker?
Because that would be amazing if you did.
Whoa, you just kind of cut in out of nowhere. That scared me.
because if Nintendo doesn't stock enough of the SNES classics, I will gladly walk up to their headquarters in my Emperor Palpatine robe, and then I will screech at them and probably quote almost all of Revenge of the Sith and be like, "Unlimited power!" I need to get off this podcast. I'm so tired.
Okay, so again, next week, if you want to submit questions, submit them to ask.fm/theindyjacob. We are no longer doing the Digicades ask.fm. So all of that is in transition. Are we ready to end the podcast? Are we done?
Force is strong with you.
Oh my gosh.
Let's end the podcast.
Yeah, this is
man. I'm sorry for everyone out there who actually likes this and is listening to this drivel. All right. Outros.
Jacob's gonna need to get some sleep.
I'm your host, Indy Jacob, unfortunately, and I have made stuff on YouTube that you should all watch. And
he does really good videos. Have some energy, Jacob. Wake up.
It's great. And I did a reboxing of the Switch this week. I know that's innovation at its finest. Yeah. And I realized that we never even talked, Scott, we never talked about your trip. I'm looking at this big Pac-Man machine now, and we never even talked about it.
Oh yeah. Well,
should we do that now?
I mean, if you want, but don't you have to pee?
I do.
We could just save it for next time.
I'm going to talk really slowly if we want to talk about it, since I know you have to pee.
So mean. So I guess we'll just hold it. We'll just hold it until next time.
It makes for a really good show, though. Like, if you can't hold it.
I'm getting close. The Dr. Pepper is reaching the hole closer and a little bit more with each passing second. So I mean, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna have to splurt it out, because I'm gonna splurt it out if you don't.
Well, I was gonna make it like a conversation, but we can just wait. But yeah, there was a giant Pac-Man machine and a giant Space Invaders, and that was really good.
That's cool.
But then I saw lots of other stuff like phone games. Like there's a Fruit Ninja arcade game, a Candy Crush arcade game. There's Infinity Blade, all this stuff that like normally is just on the iPhone. Like when I go to the arcade, I don't want to like play a bunch of phone games on giant screens. That's not what I'm there for. So that's kind of the gist of what I was gonna say.
Well, cool. We'll save that little nugget for next time, I guess.
Okay.
Because I really have to pee.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, yes, I'm going to do this with more energy this time. Pizzazz. My YouTube channel has really stupid unboxing videos, but a lot of people seem to like them, so that's good. I do have fun shooting them. And I also do... I don't even know what they are. They're little like commentary, review, rant things. I just kind of talk about video games and put my face out there, and I have a fun time with it. If you want to check that out, that is on the Indy Jacob channel, and I had a burp, and that's really all I got to say.
Subscribe.
Yep, subscribe.
Don't forget 4 likes. 4 likes.
4 likes. Subscribe.
4 likes on this one.
4 likes. Subscribe.
Before we go, you sounded like Jim Carrey right there, by the way. Yeah.
Are we at the end card now?
Before we go.
Whoa. Now, hold on. We have to promote. We have to promote. So,
all right,
Scott, have you heard about this YouTuber by the name, I think it's like Nate Bandit or something stupid like that?
Nathaniel Bandy?
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah. He has these really weird triggered videos where he talks about just kind of random shit going on in the game industry.
How things trigger you. Jacob, just
how Indy Jacob triggers you. That's what I'm going to make next. Indy Jacob didn't get enough sleep for his podcast.
Just going to be this... It's just going to be this cut right here of the podcast, the whole triggered episode. It's just going to be my audio clip of no one... I can't even talk.
Anyway, the point is I have a YouTube channel. The point is I have a YouTube channel. If you want... to check it out, just look up Nathaniel Bandy. You can follow me on Twitter, NathanielBandy1. I make Nintendo content, and that's all I've got to say, because I feel like this needs to end as soon as possible.
I think I did a pretty good job of explaining what Nathaniel Bandy does, what Nate Bandit himself does. And Nathaniel, there's this up-and-coming indie developer who was #1 on the Steam forums
No, I
About-
was not.
about his new first-person shooter coming out.
I did not hit #1.
It's called Nomads of Age.
No.
And it's really
it's not.
sexist about how nomads
What?
are all old-looking. And have you heard of it? It looks pretty sweet. I mean, it's probably going to be on par with Call of Duty in terms of boringness. So I'm excited. I think it'd be cool.
I don't even know what's going on right now.
Jacob, what are you saying?
God, I can't wait to edit this. It's going to be so great. Holy shit. So, Scott, you are an indie developer who has graciously taken time out of your busy schedule to come on here and talk shit with us.
Oh my gosh.
So, why don't you tell the people where they can find your stuff? Yeah, you're making progress on your game, it sounds like?
Yeah, you can follow the progress at ageofnomads.com. You can find me on Twitter at Scott Lee. That's all I have to say. We need to move right along with whatever it is we're doing here.
Yeah.
Cool. And with that concludes episode try 0 of the Digicast. Guys, we are so blessed and happy that you decided to listen this week because we really needed it. I did. And I don't really have much more to say about that, except there's an end card out there.
And if you're
Oh my
still
God.
listening
End
by
card.
now, then I am remarkably surprised.
Yes. Yes.
Click both of the cards though, the left and the right one.
The cards are
Do
much
it.
better, I promise. They came out
Yes,
a lot
they're
better.
A lot better.
Nathaniel,
The one on the
what are
left
those
and
two
the one on
things
the
on the
right
screen
came
that
out
I'm seeing?
way better.
They're things. Click on them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They're just
It's
things.
okay.
Oh
You
my
can do
God,
it.
we're out of time. No!
Ah!